What is up, fancy people? How you guys living? How you guys feeling? What's going on in your lives? Huh? Good stuff? I hope so. So today we're gonna talk about how I got my dream job. So exciting. So I'm just gonna jump right into the story. But before I do, I just want to thank every single new subscriber that I've gotten over the past month or two. Seriously, I love you guys so much. Thank every single one of you. Like, I love you guys with all my heart. I love everybody who comments. I love your guys' comments. I love responding. Like, you comment all day long. Whatever you guys want to know, just ask me, okay? I love y'all. All right, we good. You guys are my best friends. You know that? My best friends. But anyway, so just so you guys can get a little understanding about who I am, what I'm doing, and things like that. I aspire to be an interior designer, and right now in my life, I go to university, and my university sadly doesn't have that even like as a major. Like, that's not associated with the school at all. And we could talk about that later, the reason why I'm going there. You can ask me that in the comments if you want to know. But so I knew that since I'm going to university that doesn't have my major, that I was gonna have to take that into, you know, going after what I love and doing what I want to do. I was going to have to take matters into my own hands and make it happen for myself. So over this Christmas break, I was sitting at home and probably just like you guys, contemplating life, thinking, you know, it's a new year. Like, I need new goals for my life. I need new things to do for myself. So, you know, obviously I started thinking about what it is that I love to do, which is interior design. And so I just kind of got fed up, and I was like, you know what, that's it. Like, I declare right now that I'm going to do what I love this coming year. So, what did I do? I went onto my laptop and I typed in interior design jobs on Google search. Yes, that simple. So I go into Google search, type it in, and, you know, things popped up. And a couple of jobs actually popped up that I could see myself, you know, actually doing. Like, they were interior design jobs, of course, you know, they popped up. So before I applied, I looked at the job description in comparison to my resume. And so I knew I had to tweak my resume. This is a tip for you guys. I had to tweak my resume to fit the job description. I didn't lie about the things that I've done in my, you know, resume, but I changed the wording to match the qualifications and the kind of things that were involved in the job description. Obviously, they give you a guideline, so just use it, take it, copy and paste, almost, you know. So that's exactly what I did. And before I submitted my resume, I sat down and I prayed. I prayed for it because I don't want to go in submitting something with negative thoughts about it, you know, scaring myself, you know, thinking, you know, I'm applying for no reason. Like, I'm not, you know, so to get rid of those thoughts and that negative energy, I just prayed it out, prayed for good things, good vibrations, stuff like that. And then I submitted it. And after I submitted it, I prayed again. You guys to pray. Told you guys about that right now. And so I let it go. After I applied, I didn't stress myself about it. I didn't, you know, check my emails that much. I just let it go. And probably like maybe a day or two passed by later, I got an email. I got an email back from the company. And so the manager from that company, obviously, he emailed me and he asked me to clarify what it was that I was majoring in at my school. Because on my resume, I said I was majoring in business and design, but we don't have design. So he wanted to know, like, was it design or was it interior design? So I just clarified with him, no, it's not design, it's a studio art, because that's all my stupid school offers. So then he actually emailed me back, and this kind of hit me in the heart. He said, you know what, we're actually looking for someone who's actually majoring in interior design. We want someone with that background, you know, things like that. And at that moment, like, there was two things I could have done. I could have gotten defeated and listened to him and just said, you know what, this guy is right. I don't even, you know, I don't have that qualification, blah, 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 and just let it go. Or I could have did what I did and I took matters into my own hands. Like, I know that I'm capable. I know that I can do the same thing that an interior design major or an interior designer can do better, 10 times over. I know myself. I know who I am. So I wasn't going to let this go. So I emailed this man back and I said, and I quote, let me put, this is exactly what I said. I said, I'm an aspiring interior designer who is wanting to pursue interior design. However, my school doesn't have interior design as a major. That is why this job is a necessity for my career and a blessing for my education. I hope that you can see past my major and understand that I have the willpower of an interior design major. I am transferring schools next fall. However, for now, I am a business and studio art major. Then he replied, and he said, oh, I'm not going to read what he said because he wrote like a really big message, you know. So basically he was like, you know what, as a company, our design program, we value this, that, and the other. Basically saying, you know, I appreciate what you're going through, homegirl. He gave me a couple of other options that I could maybe do, things like that, and maybe to come back later. And once again, I was not about to let this man just tell me like I can't do what I know I was born to do. So I replied again. Shoot. And I said, thank you. However, if there is any way I can at least be considered for an interview or an internship, perhaps, I'd be honored. However, I understand that rules are rules, and I thank you for the advice. Happy holidays. You know, after that, I kind of felt like, all right, you know, at least I let this man know who I am, you know, if all else fails. And, you know, but deep down inside, I was wishing and hoping that he would consider me for an internship, you know? And, you know, guess what happened? I woke up probably like 2 days later and I get a phone call at 10 a.m. from a woman named Nancy. And she asked me to come in for an interview. And that was the exact, you know, that was the same company, you know? And I kind of smiled a little bit and I thanked myself for taking charge of my life and freaking sending that email. So I go in for the interview. I also got called in from another company to come in for an interview too. I went to both interviews. I rocked both of them. I love both. So she called me telling me that she had good news. And I was like, okay, what is it? And so basically she was like, I'm going to call you back tomorrow and tell you what the good news is. Okay, you have a good weekend. And I was just like, okay, bye. So now I had to, you know, have the whole day freaking out about what the good news is, whatever. So then fast forward. That next Monday, she told me, you know, if I don't call you before 12 p.m., just give me a call and then I'll, you know, share with you the good news. So, of course, she didn't call. So then I called her, but I called her at 12. She didn't answer, so now I waited maybe like 30 minutes. Maybe she's busy in the bathroom or something. Call her back. She didn't answer. So then, literally, I broke down in tears, started crying instantly off the bat. I was like, wow, you know, like maybe she called the wrong person. Maybe she thought I was somebody else, you know. So then to block my mind, I went shopping. Yes, I use retail therapy. It's a real thing. So I went shopping and I completely forgot about it. Stopped crying instantly. I was happy. I was like looking at decor and stuff like that. And right when I was like, I think I was like actually smiling, like looking at something, about to buy it. And she called me and I was so happy, you know. It was right at the right moment, you know. I was happy. She calls me and, you know, basically she told me, you know, I'm really sorry for keeping you in anticipation. I really have some good news for you, but I'm waiting for these paperwork to come in. And once I get that paperwork, you know, it's protocol, then I will tell you the good news. And I was like, like, okay. So then I think like the next day she called me and I was at school. And I was with Alexis and we were talking in the middle of our conversation. I seen, you know, that Las Vegas number pop up. I was like, shut up, Alexis. Answered my phone. I was like, hello? She's like, good morning, Clarice. I was like, good morning, Nancy. She was like, so how would you like to join our team? Instantly I was like, I would love to, like all loud. Alexis is looking at me like I'm crazy because I didn't tell anybody what was going on. It was totally just me that knew. And so then I was like, I want to scream so bad right now to Nancy, and she was like, you can, go ahead, girl. And so then we hang up, we set up my first day of work, things like that, and then we got off the phone, and Alexis was like, what was that about? And I was like, girl, I got a new job as an interior designer. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. And so we started screaming, and I thank her so much for that. It really made that moment memorable for me. And yeah, so then I got another call literally right after that. I got another call for another interview to come in, and which I did. I went to that interview later on, but it was a full-time position. I couldn't do that. And so yeah, so you know, what is the point of me telling you guys this story? Not to brag about me, you know, getting a new job, or not a job, or starting working on something that I've always dreamt about doing in my life, but for me to show you guys that it's possible for you, you know, because I think a lot of us, we think that, you know what, I went this route, I can only do this route, I can only do this one thing, but there's so many other avenues in life, there's so many other things that we can do, and it's actually possible for yourself. You just have to, you know, take what's yours, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't grab what you don't want, don't accept what you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't accept what isn't made for your life, what isn't destined for your, you know, your life, your existence, who you are. You know, so go after what you want, believe in yourself, and just take charge. You are the pilot of your plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you love because you love doing it. Don't let someone else tell you that you're not qualified. You're freaking qualified. You know that you can do it better than anybody else. I know I can. How about you? Design that life for you guys. Design that life for yourself. You guys think I'm playing when I say design a fancy life? No, design it. Do it. Create it. You got this. We got this. Alright guys, I love you so much. I have a lot of stuff coming up for you guys. I know I've been gone. Oh, let's drop something, but I'm back and I'm better. I love you guys. If you guys want a room tour, comment down below. I can give you a whole house tour. You want it, just ask for it. Got it. Love you guys. Remember to design a fancy life. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and have a beautiful day. Happy Super Bowl day. It's Sunday, right? Yeah.